Good morning, students. After a long time, I get a chance to talk with you. How are you all? I hope that all are fine. Okay. So, you peacefully and perfectly, you have to finish your 10th standard. Okay. This is the time to start the 11th standard syllabus. We have, we are plan to arrange online classes for you. Okay. So, today I will start the 11th standard physics, okay. Then, 11th standard physics already in 10th standard you have to learn the science, okay, learn. In science, you have physics, chemistry and biology, okay, biology, botany, zoology. But in 11th standard you have to learn physics, chemistry, biology in the individual subjects you have to learn, okay. So, then physics are having 2 volumes. And chemistry having 2 volumes and biology having 2 volumes. And in physics, first volume having 5 lessons and second volume having 6 lessons. Okay. What are the lessons in the first volume? First one is nature of physical world and measurement. Nature of physical world and measurement. Okay. Physical world and measurement. Second lesson, gymnastics. And third lesson, nature of physical world and measurement, and second one kinematics, and third one laws of motion. Work, fourth one work, energy, power, and fifth one motion of system of particles. So, in our first volume physics book having the 5 lessons, first one is nature of physical world and measurement, and second one kinematics, and third one laws of motion, work, fourth one work, energy, power, fifth one motion of system of particles. All the lessons have to be explained the particles are in motion, okay. So, the all are the motion of the study deals with the objects are in motion. So, first one, nature of physical world means what is physics, how to measure the physical quantities, that all are discussed in the first lesson. Gymnastics means one object will be moved, that the object you have to deal without considering the force. Force does not apply to the body, the thing it will be moving, it will be deals with this topic. So, one force apply பண்ண பிறகு அந்த force consider பண்ணாம அந்த object move ஆகிற மட்டும் consider பண்ணுற பிறகு தான் kinematics. And third one, laws of motion, already is learned in 10th standard, Newton's 3 laws, and what are the laws it will be followed in inclined object and slanting object, then sliding an object, Newton's 3 laws, and Kepler's also, all are the laws of motion to be explained in this chapter, third chapter. And fourth one particle will be moving. What the work done by the particle, what the energy that the particle are having, what the power that the particle are having, that all are discussed in the 4th lesson, okay. And 5th lesson, motion of system of particles. But you consider a bunch of particles, that the particle will be moving, that the particle will be considered as a sphere or a circle or any one shape you have to consider and then analyze that. That all are lesson in the to be explained in the chapter motion of system of particles. So, that all are the 5 lessons in our first volume book, nearly 260 pages, okay. Now, today I start the first lesson, that is nature of physical world and measurement. Let us enter this topic. First, you should know about what is science, what are the scientific methods. First, what are science? What is science? What is science, ma? In Tamil, science is Ariviyal. But science, the word will be derived from the Latin word that is scientia. Okay, the word it will be derived from Latin verb that is scientia. What's the meaning that scientia? That is to know, is knowing the truth. So, meaning of the scientia word is to know, that is knowing the truth. So, in science, any one thing you have to observe keenly and then did one experiment about that object, and then you have to analyze the measurement and logical reasoning about that object. ஒரு ஆப்ஜெக்ட்டை பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அதை நல்லா அப்சர்வ் பண்ணுவீங்க, அதை எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க, அதில் எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட் பண்ணுவீங்க, அதுக்கப்புறம் அதை அனலைஸ் பண்ணி அதுக்கான ரிசல்ட் என்ன டிசைட் பண்ணுவீங்க. ஓகே, இதுதான் சயின்ஸ். ஸோ டு நோயிங் the truth to be analyzed about any objects. Okay, that is scientific word. That science word will be coined in 19th century. Okay, 19th century, and then the word will be developed by Egyptians. Okay, that time oral communication only to explain the science, not a written communication. Okay, so oral communication way only the Egyptians developed the science. Okay, then in the 19th century the science word it will be coined, the science அப்படினு சொல்ல ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. In the earlier name of science is natural physiology. Okay, that is the earliest name of science. Okay, so what is science? The word will be derived from the scientia. Scientia is a Latin word. The meaning of the scientia is to know, and then it will be coined in the 19th century. It will be developed by Egyptians, and Egyptians will be giving the earlier name of the sciences natural philosophy. Then that the time oral communication only developed by for explaining the science. Okay, in science, okay, having the two branches. Having two branches, one is physical science, another one is bioscience. Okay, physical science means deal the non-living objects. Okay, non-living objects, desk, board, one wall, one object will be moving, and as well as the particle will be moving, having some mass, having some velocity. That also discussed with the physical science. Okay, physical science having physics and chemistry. Okay, physics and chemistry. But biological science will be deals the living objects. Living object means animals, birds, plants, all are discussed in the bioscience. Bioscience is also divided into two, that is botany and zoology. Okay, so science will be classified into two branches. One is physical science and bioscience. Physical science is physics and chemistry. Bioscience is biology and zoology. Botany and zoology. Okay, so physical science will be deals the non-living objects. Bioscience will be deals the living objects. So what is science? Science is the word will be derived from the Latin verb, that is scientia. Scientia meaning is to know. Then the earliest name of science is natural philosophy, and then the word will be developed by Egyptians in the 19th century. That the time oral communication only developed. Okay, then so what are the scientific methods to analyze any one thing? What are the scientific methods to analyze the scientific methods? What are the scientific methods to be used to analyze one thing? Okay, first one is systematic observation. What's the meaning that systematic observation? Systematic observation means one thing it will be observed keenly to analyze that systematic observation. And second one, controlled experimentation. What's the meaning that controlled experimentation? You did experiment about that object. Okay, so controlled experimentation in the controlled manner. First, systematic observation means ஒரு thing நீங்க அனலைஸ் பண்றீங்கன்னா அந்த thing கீனா வாட்ச் பண்ணணும். ஒன், தென் அதில் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணணும். கண்ட்ரோலாக எவ்வளோ வோல்டேஜ் அப்ளை பண்ணணும், எவ்வளோ எல்லாமே வந்து கண்ட்ரோல்டு மேனரில் எக்ஸ்பிரிமெண்ட்டை டிசைட் பண்ணணும். தென் qualitative and quantitative reasoning. So you have to did one experiment about this topic, about this object. You have to decide qualitative and quantitative reason. How voltage you have to apply to one circuit, what's the current it will be followed in any one circuit, you have to analyze that. Then you have to reduce the voltage, you have to increase the voltage, otherwise you have to check the current value it will be flowing in the circuit. That is qualitative and quantitative reasoning. ஒரு திங்கை பார்க்குறீங்க, அதை கீனாக அப்சர்வ் பண்ணுறீங்க, அதில் எக்ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணதுனால வரக்கூடிய ரீசனிங்கை அனலைஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க. ஸோ குவாலிட்டேட்டிவ் அண்ட் குவான்டிடேட்டிவ் ரீசனிங். அண்ட் தென் மேத்தமெட்டிக்கல் மாடலிங். Mathematical modeling means you have to take them so much of readings. But the readings will be near by near. Oh, how to get a final answer? All the readings you have to add it, and how many readings is there by divided by that value. So you have to measure the average value of all the readings, okay, by using the maths. So maths is a very good tool to explain the physics. So mathematical modeling means you have to use the mathematical formulas to enhance your values, to explain that values, okay. That was called mathematical modeling, okay. Then prediction. What's the meaning that prediction? Prediction means you have to find out the value. You have to find out the answer. Prediction and verification. You find the value, but that the value is wrong or right, you didn't know. So you have to check them another way. That is a verification. And falsification of theory. What's the meaning that falsification of theory is, ma? Falsification means you did the experiment, but you not get a correct answer. So some false is there. What causes to give the wrong answer, you have to analyze that. That is the falsification. So prediction, verification and falsification of theory. That all are the science method. First one is systematic observation, means take any one object, you have to keenly observe that object first. Second, controlled experimentation means you did the experiment in a controlled manner. Then qualitative and quantitative reasoning means you did the experiment and then you have to analyze continuously in the experiment, and then you have to enhance the reasoning about that object. Then fourth one, mathematical modeling. Mathematical modeling means you have to use the mathematical formulas to explain the readings, to get a correct value about the experiment, okay. Then prediction and verification and falsification. Prediction means after a long time the experiment will be done and then you have to find out the value, that is prediction. And then that the value you have to verify it by the another one method, that is verification. And that the value will be wrong or right. Suppose the value will be wrong, you have to analyze what are the factors that will be give the wrong answer, that will be analyzed. That is falsification of theories. That all are the methods to be used in the scientific methods. Okay, that are the methods that will be used to analyze any one experiment. Okay. So first, what are science and what are the scientific methods that will be used to analyze any one object? That all are discussed. Okay. Then now I explain the branches of physics. Before I enter this branches of physics, first what is physics? What is physics? The physics, it will be nature. The word physics will be known as nature. Okay. The word will be derived from fuses. This is a Greek word, fuses. The physics, it will be derived, the word will be derived from the Greek word verb fuses. Fuses means nature. Okay. So the physics, the word, it will be derived from the fuses. That is the Greek word. That is the meaning of this word is nature. Okay. Then the physics, it will be having the two criteria. One is unification and reductionism. Okay. The two criteria the physics to be analyzed. One is unification and reductionism. Unification is nothing but all are explained in the form of fundamental laws and fundamental physics rules. Okay. Fundamentally, Newton's laws and some laws is there. That the laws, that the nature and that the fundamental basic principles will be used to explain some physical terms. That is unification. Unification is only basic quantities, basic physical terms which explain unification. Reductionism means first you should explain the macroscopic systems in terms of the microscopic particles. For example, thermodynamics. One chapter is there, that is thermodynamics. Thermodynamics completely explain the temperature, effects of temperature. Okay. So you have to explain the effects of temperature on any one object in terms of temperature, pressure and entropy. So thermodynamics is the macroscopic system. Thermodynamics. You have to explain the thermodynamic topic. That is a macroscopic system. That is a macroscopic system on the basis of, in terms of microscopic particles. That is a microscopic particle means, macroscopic means long as a biggest system. Okay, that is a macroscopic system. Macroscopic entities means pressure, temperature and entropy and volume. Reductionism is nothing but ஒரு பெரிய டாபிக்கை சின்ன குவான்டிட்டிஸை வச்சு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுறதுக்கு பேர் தான் reductionism. Okay, so we have to explain the thermodynamics, the macroscopic system of one thing in terms of microscopic quantities. Microscopic quantities means simple quantities. Simple physical quantities, it will be used to explain that macroscopic system. Okay, so physics, the word, it will be derived from the Greek word that is physis, the meaning of the physis is nature, and the two criteria it will be explained the physics, that is unification and reductionism. Unification means all are explained in terms of the basic forces and nature. Okay, then reductionism means you have to explain the macroscopic system of particles by using the microscopic entities. Microscopic entities means in terms of microscopic entities you have to explain the macroscopic system of one thing, that is the physics. Okay, then now we will go for the branches in physics. Branches in physics. Branches of physics, what are the branches will be in the physics? Physics, it will be classified into two. One is old and one is new. Old is classical and new is modern. Okay, classical mechanics and modern mechanics in solvanga. Okay, classical having various fields and modern having the various fields. I explain one by one. First, classical mechanics. First is mechanics. Mechanics is nothing but it deals the object are in rest or in motion. So mechanics is a branch of physics which deals the object or in rest or in motion. அது ரெஸ்ட்ல இருக்கும்போது மூவிங்ல இருக்கும்போது அந்த திங்கை பற்றி அனலைஸ் பண்ணுறக்கூடிய டாபிக் தான் மெக்கானிக்ஸ். ஓகே, மெக்கானிக்ஸ் will be classified into two, that is statics and dynamics. Statics means statics is the branch of physics which deals the object or in rest. Okay, or in rest. Is or in motion. That is rest and motion. Okay, so mechanics is a branch of physics which deals the object or in rest or in motion. Statics is a branch of physics which deals the object or in rest. Dynamics is a branch of physics which deals the object is or in motion. Okay, then dynamics will be classified in two, that is kinematics and kinetics. Kinematics means you have to deal the object or in motion without considering the force. But kinetics means that all are deals the object with considering the force. Kinematics is a second lesson. Okay, so kinematics without considering the force, the object will be explained. Kinetics means with force, the object to be explained. Okay, so that's statistics and dynamics. Then next one is thermodynamics. Thermodynamics means it is nothing but temperature based all the things to be explained. The temperature will be increase of any object. What are the shapes? What are the effects to be created in that object to be explained? That is thermodynamics. Then optics. Optics is nothing but is completely light, lens, mirror, and then reflection, refraction, scattering. All are discussed in the topics optics. Then electricity and magnetism. Electricity and magnetism, current. Completely electricity will be analyzed. It will be explained the current. How much of current it will be applied, voltage, electric potential difference, power, all are discussed in the electricity. Magnetism, magnets, how to create the magnetic field, magnetic force, magnetic properties, susceptibility, magnetic material, all are discussed in the magnetism. Okay, then acoustics. Acoustics is a branch of physics which deals the propagation and properties of sound. How the sound it will be propagated, how the sound it will be produced, how the sound it will be propagated, all are it will be discussed in acoustics. And astrophysics. Astrophysics is nothing but atmosphere. So atmosphere, the heavenly bodies, sun, star, planet, all are discussed in the astrophysics topics. Okay, relativity is nothing but one thing that will be moving with respect to the another one. So relate between the one object to the another one object will be discussed in the branch of physics, relativity. So relativity is nothing but we relate one object with the another one. That all are discussed in the relativity topic. Okay, you have to learn in our 12th science, second volume, 7th lesson. Okay, then that all are the older mechanics. That is the classical mechanics. First one is mechanics. Mechanics, it will be study the object or in rest or in moving. Mechanics, it will be classified into two, statics and dynamics. Statics Deals the object or in rest. Dynamics means deal the object or in motion. Kinematics means deal the object without the force, without considering the force. Kinetics means deal the motion of objects with considering the force. Okay. Then thermodynamics, temperature effects to be explained. Then optics, light properties, lens, microscope, telescope, mirror, scattering, reflection, refraction, all are explained in optics. And electricity and magnetism, electricity, current, voltage, potential difference, all are discussed in the electricity topic. Magnetism means magnetic force, magnetic field lines, susceptibility, magnetic material, all are discussed in the magnetism lessons. And acoustic, completely it will be explained the sound, how production of sound and propagation of sound it will be analyzed. Okay. Astrophysics means heavenly bodies, sun, star, moon, all are discussed by the basic physics principles. And relativity deals the object will be related with one another, one to another. It will be discussed in the relativity topic. Okay. Then come from modern physics. We are having quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is a very important topic. It will be discuss the punch of particles and discuss the elementary particles. Elementary particles means all the one atom having all the molecules there. Molecule in depthly the molecules will be broken. It will be into form and a fine particles. That is the particles are elementary particles. Quantum mechanics will be deals the elementary particles of photon, meson, pion, all are discussed in the quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics is ரொம்ப ஃபைனான பார்ட்டிகல், ஹைப்பர் ஃபைன் லெவல், ஒரு சப்பட்டாமிக் லெவல், ஒரு ஆட்டம் இருக்குது அப்படின்னா அதோடைய சப்பட்டாமிக் லெவல்லேருந்து எப்படி ஜம்ப் ஆகுது போகுது அதை பற்றி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண தான் குவாண்டம் மெக்கானிக்ஸ். ஓகே. தென் அட்டாமிக் ஃபிசிக்ஸ், கம்ப்ளீட்லி atomic physics will be deals the atoms. Okay. Atomic structure and then atom binding, all are discussed in the atomic physics. Nuclear physics, nuclei, uranium, thorium, nuclear power plant, all are explained in the nuclear physics. Okay. Nuclei and nuclei, then artificial radioactivity processes and radioactive isotopes, all are discussed in the nuclear physics topic. And molecular physics, molecules based, all are it will be explained. That is called molecular physics. Atoms having some molecules, so molecular structure, molecular binding, molecular molecular distance, all are discussed in the molecular physics. High energy physics means one particle having the high energy. So high energy physics means one thing it will be having energy, that the energy it will be very much greater than the normal value, it will be analyzed. It will be analyzed at the high energy physics. Then condensed matter physics. Condensed matter physics means solid, liquid, gases, all are the states of matter. That the matter it will be analyzed in depth. That will be analyzed that will be explained in the topic condensed matter physics. Matter, solid, liquid, gases. That all the matters it will be explained in depth in this topic. That is the condensed matter physics. All are the branches of physics. Okay. The branches of physics will be classified into one classical and then modern. Classical having some topic and modern having some topic. Okay. First I explained science. What is science? What are the scientific method to explain the science? And then third one, what is physics? What are the two criteria it will be used in the physics? And that all are the branches of physics. Okay. Branches of physics, the modern physics having quantum mechanics, atomic physics, nuclear physics, molecular physics, high energy physics and condensed matter physics. Okay. Quantum mechanics and condensed matter physics is the MSc physics syllabus. Okay. That all will be discussed in depthly the fine entities in the atoms. Okay. Okay. Then now we will go for the scope and excitement of physics. Scope and excitement of physics means what are the scope? You have to learn the physics. What are the use to learn the physics? That is scope and excitement of physics. Scope and excitement of physics. Scope means what the use to learn the physics. That is the scope of physics. In the day-to-day life, in the modern technology, the physics phenomenon will be enhanced to making some things. Especially wireless communication will be. It will be nowadays the wireless communication will be used to communicate with one another by using our mobile phones. That is a wireless communication will be developed on the basis of basic physics principles. Then launching of satellites. So in every year, India as well as other countries launch a satellite to research the other planets and sun or outer layer. Other than that, launching a satellite will be by the principle of physics. Then microelectronics, laser, computers. Continuously you have to tell the various advances in physics. Okay, நிறைய developments வந்து physicsல வந்துச்சு. So you have to learn the physics principle. You have to find out. You have to discovery of any one thing. You have to analyze the day-to-day life things also. So, okay. Then wireless communication, launching of satellite, microelectronics, lasers, computers, all are the development of physics. That are all are the scope of the physics also. Excitement of physics means you have to learn thoroughly the physics. You have to, that concept it will stimulate your knowledge to discover something. நீங்கள் ஃபிசிக்ஸ் படிச்சுட்டே இருக்கீங்க அப்படின்னா அதோடைய கான்செப்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் என்ன செய்யும் உன்னை இன்டைரக்டாக ஸ்டிமுலேட் பண்ணும். யூ ஹேவ் டு டிஸ்கவர் சம்திங், யூ ஹேவ் டு இன்வென்ட் சம்திங். ஓகே, ஸோ டிஸ்கவரி வில் பி கிளாசிஃபைட் இன்டு டூ. ஒன் இஸ் ஆக்சிடென்டல் டிஸ்கவரி அண்ட் another one is discovery into two types. One is accidental discovery and another one is well analyzed lab outcome. What's the meaning that well analyzed lab outcome? நீங்கள் ஒரு திங்கை பார்த்துருக்கீங்க, ஆக்சிடென்டலாக அதில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு ஏதாவது ஃபிசிக்ஸ் ஃபினாமினா நீங்கள் கேப்சர் பண்ணிட்டீங்க அப்படின்னா அது ஆக்சிடென்டல் டிஸ்கவரி. ஓகே, நீ டிஸ்கவர் பண்ணணும்னு நினச்சிக்க மாட்டேன், பட் ஆக்சிடென்டலி யூ ஹேவ் டு திங்க் தட் one physical phenomenon will be new in any one object. That is accidental discovery. But well analyzed lab outcome means we want to examine that any one thing well controlled manner. You have to did the experiment and to be completely analyzed, and then you give one you have to submit one theory part. Okay, perfecta labல உட்கார்ந்து perfecta set பண்ணி experiment பண்ணி நீங்கள் அனலைஸ் பண்ணி ஒரு அவுட்கம் கொடுக்குறீங்கன்னா அது வெல் அனலைஸ் லேப் அவுட்கம் டிஸ்கவரி. ஓகே, ஸோ டிஸ்கவரி வில் பி இன் த பேஸ் ஆஃப் எக்ஸைட்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் ஃபிசிக்ஸ். ஓகே, ஸோ த ஃபிசிக்ஸ் வில் பி ஸ்டிமுலேட் ஃப்ரம் டிஸ்கவர்ஸ் எனிதிங், தட் இஸ் த டிஸ்கவரி வில் பி கிளாசிஃபைட் இன்டு டூ. தென் I give one example to explain that physics excitement. In 1905, Albert Einstein will be giving the very special formula, that is E is equal to mc square. Okay, E is equal to mc square. In 1905, he give one equation E is equal to mc square to be motion of particles. That equation, that the year 1905 will be only explained in the theoretical manner. தியரியாக மட்டும்தான் அதை சொல்லியிருந்தாங்களே தவிர எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட்டாக அதை வந்து அனலைஸ் பண்ணலை. பட் 1932 கோக்ராஃப்ட் அண்ட் வோல்டன் ரெண்டு பேரும் வந்து 1932, not a 35, 32, he give the experimental verification of this equation. Okay, 1905 Einstein is give the equation E is equal to mc square. Due to the thirsty, Cockcroft and Walton is giving 1932 the experimental verification of E is equal to mc square equation. Okay, Einstein இந்த equation கொடுத்துட்டாரு, அது ஒரு 30 years அனலைஸ் பண்ணி நியர்லி 27 years அனலைஸ் பண்ணி another two scientists இதுக்கான experimental proof கொடுத்தாங்க. That is called the scope and excitement of physics. So scope and excitement of physics is nothing but just explain that what they use to learn the physics and what are the basic principle, how to use to the another fields. That all are discussed in the scope and excitement of physics. Okay, then next we will go for relation between physics and other fields. Relation between physics and other fields. First, physics is linked with chemistry. Okay, what's the chemistry? Atoms, molecules, all are discussed in the chemistry part. So relation between physics and chemistry, you have to analyze the atomic structure and molecular structure by the usage of microscope or any one thing. So by the basic principle, it will be used to analyze the atomic structure and bonding, all are in chemistry. Okay, கெமிஸ்ட்ரியில் இருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா ஒரு கிறிஸ்டல் எடுத்துக்கிட்டிங்கன்னா கிறிஸ்டலில் எப்படி டைஃப்ராக்ட் ஆகுது, கிறிஸ்டல் எப்படி ஷைன் ஆகுது அப்படிங்கிறத பேசிக் physics principle வச்சு தான் explain பண்ண முடியும். So the chemistry phenomenon, it will be explained by the usage of physics. Okay, this is the relation between physics and chemistry. And second one is physics and biology. What about biology? Biology is it will be deals with the microorganisms. It's a tiny microorganism and tiny internal structure of the plant and animals, anything. How to analyze that the tiny particles in the leaves or plants or animals, anything? By using the microscope, you have to view the microorganism in the biological sense. Okay, so the microscope, it will be the best invention by the physics. Okay, microscope, without the physics, microscope didn't manufacture, and without the microscope, the biology does not analyze the tiny germs or tiny microorganism or anything. Okay, then X-rays. X-rays is the physics invention. That the X-rays, it will be used to check the internal bones of our body. That is also biology. Okay, then all of them, then medicine formation, and then more and more things. Nearly it will be making some electricity. The biology, medicine will be making. It is to be making by using the electricity. So that is the linking with the physics and biology. Okay, then maths. Maths is a twin sister of physics. Okay, so without the maths, you can't able to study the physics. So physics phenomenon, it will be always explained by the usage of maths. So you didn't know the maths, you can't study the physics. Okay, so maths is a tool for learn the physics. Okay, then astronomy. Astronomical things. It will be analyzed by using the telescope, satellites or telescope. All are it will be making by, it is to be made by using the basic physics principles. That is a telescope and satellite will be used to analyze the astronomical objects, planets, stars and suns. It will be analyzed by using the basic physics equipments. Okay, geology means you have to, in the geology field, taking one rock in the ground, you have to analyze the age of the rock by using the radiocarbon dating. Radiocarbon dating is a physics phenomenon. So physics phenomenon will be used to check the density of the rock and then properties of the rock, and then the rock age. All are will be discussed by using the basic principle. That is the geology department. Oceanography, it will be used to check the ozone chemical and physical processes. Ozone la irukkudiya water la irukkudiya chemical and physical properties analyze பண்றதுக்கு oceanographer make பண்ணுவாங்க. Oceanographer is the physics equipment. That the equipment will be used to check the ozone water salt content, and then high flakes, then more and more. Okay, how many molecules in the ozone, all are discussed in the oceanographer equipment. Oceanographer will be built by using the basic physics principles. And psychology is the neurometer. Neurometer will be used to check your psychology or anyone's psychology of your brain. So brain nerves, neurometer will be used to check the nerves in the brain. Okay, brain la blood circulation ஒழுங்கா இருக்குது, அதோட இத பத்தி செக் பண்றதுக்காக neurometer மேக் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Neurometer it will be making by the using the basic this physics principles. So that all are the basic principles, physics principle. It will be used to make the neurometer. Neurometer will be used to check the psychology of any one human being. Okay, so that all are the fields that will be linking with the physics. So physics is related with the chemistry, and physics is related with the biology, and physics is related with maths, and physics is related with the astronomy, and physics is related with geology, and physics is related with oceanography, and physics is related with psychology. That all are the fields that will be linking with physics. Okay, so chemistry, atomic structure, molecular structure, இதெல்லாம் அனலைஸ் பண்றதுக்கு physics தேவை. Okay, biologyல எல்லா germs-ஐயும் அனலைஸ் பண்றதுக்கு மைக்ரோஸ்கோப் வேணும். ஸோ மைக்ரோஸ்கோப்பை மேக் பண்ணுறதுக்கு பேசிக் ஃபிசிக்ஸ் பிரின்சிபல்ஸ் வேணும். ஓகே, மேக்ஸ் வந்து ஃபிசிக்ஸோடைய ட்வின் சிஸ்டர். ஸோ மேக்ஸ் இல்லாமல் ஃபிசிக்ஸ் நீங்கள் படிக்கவே முடியாது. தென் அஸ்ட்ரானமி அஸ்ட்ரானமிக்கல் ஆப்ஜெக்ட்ஸை வந்து அனலைஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு டெலஸ்கோப் வேணும், சேட்டலைட்ஸ் வேணும். அதை லிங்க் பண்ணி கம்ப்யூட்டரில் கம்யூனிகேட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு ஃபுல்லாக பேசிக் ஃபிசிக்ஸ் பிரின்சிபல்ஸ் இருந்தால் மட்டும்தான் அதை அனலைஸ் பண்ண முடியும். தென் ஜியாலஜி, கிரவுண்ட்லேருந்து நீங்கள் எடுக்கிறீங்க ராக் அப்படின்னா அந்த ராக்கோட ஏஜை ரேடியோ கார்பன் டேட்டிங் ப்ராசஸ் மூலமாக கண்டுபிடிப்பாங்க. ஸோ அந்த ரேடியோ கார்பன் டேட்டிங்கிறது ஒரு ஃபிசிக்ஸ் ஃபினாமினன். ஓகே. தென் ஓசனோகிராஃபி, ஓசனோகிராஃபர்ங்கிற ஒரு இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட், that the instrument will be made by basic physics principle. That the oceanography, it will be check the ozone density, salinity, grade, அலையுடைய waves உடைய nature, all are discussed in the oceanography. Then psychology, psychologyல நியூரோமீட்டர்னு ஒரு மீட்டர் இருக்குது. அந்த நியூரோமீட்டர் ஃபிசிக்ஸ் ஃபினாமினன் படி தான் மேக் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அது it will be check the brain development in the any one human being. So that all are the field, it will be linking with the physics. Okay, that are all are the relation between physics and the other fields. Okay, then next topic is measurement. Measurement is nothing but it will be measurement. Measurement is nothing, is giving the value of one physical quantity. Measurement, for example, you take 1 meter ribbon and 1 meter cloth, that the 1 meter will be giving the value of one quantity, one physical quantity. So measurement is nothing but just will be giving the value of one quantity, so giving the magnitude of one quantity. Okay, so it will be entered to the measurement. It will be the physical quantity, it will be classified into two, that is fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Okay, fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Fundamental quantities is nothing but the quantities that not expressed in terms of basic quantities. Okay, fundamental quantities அதே quantities explain பண்ண முடியாது, cannot be expressed in terms of physical quantities. Cannot be, do not be, cannot be expressed in terms of, cannot be expressed in terms of physical quantities. Cannot be expressed in terms of physical quantities. Okay, in terms of physical quantities. Okay, can be expressed in terms of other physical quantities. Expressed in terms of other physical quantities. In terms of other physical quantities. Okay, so cannot be expressed in terms of physical quantities, can be expressed in terms of physical quantities. Fundamental physical quantities: length, mass, time, temperature, amount of substance, current, electric current, luminous intensity. All are the fundamental seven basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 basic fundamental quantities is there. By using the fundamental quantities, you have to derive the derived quantities. For example, area, length and breadth, volume. So area is length, it will be for example, velocity it will be the derived quantities, it will be derived from distance by time. Okay, distance is a fundamental quantity and time is a fundamental quantity. So velocity is the derived quantity, will be derived from the two fundamental quantities. Okay, so in our book we are having one table, that the table it will be explain the various derived quantities by, it will be derived from the fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantity na ஒன்றும் இல்லை, 7 தான். இதை வேறு குவான்டிட்டிலேருந்து டெரைவ் பண்ண முடியாது, பட் டெரைவ்டு குவான்டிட்டியை ஃபண்டமெண்டல் குவான்டிட்டிலேருந்து டெரைவ் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ இதுக்கு ஒரு டேபிள் இருக்குது, உங்கள் புக்கில் அதை தரவாக படிச்சுக்கோங்க. ஓகே, that are called fundamental quantities and derived quantities. Then next, unit is nothing but is giving the special quantity of special name of one physical quantity. Unit will be giving the arbitrary chosen word to be explained the physical quantities. So that are called that are classified into two, fundamental units and derived units. Fundamental units is nothing but units are used to explain the fundamental quantities, that are called fundamental units. Units will be explained the to explain the derived quantities, it called derived units. Okay, so fundamental quantities and derived quantities also fundamental units and derived units. Fundamental units is nothing but units are used to explain the fundamental quantities are called fundamental units. Units that are used to explain the derived quantities are called derived units. Okay, Then various system it will be explained in the units. Okay. So various system of units. One is various system of units. In the earlier stage, FPS system it will be used, and then CGS, then MKS, then MKSA, then SI. So various system of units it will be used in physics. First FPS, foot bound system, foot pound second, foot pound second, that is called FPS, foot pound second. It will be explained in the FPS system. CGS system means centimeter, gram and second. Okay, centimeter, gram and second. இது ஒன்றும் இல்லை, யூனிட்டை வச்சு நம்ம வந்து ஒரு ஃபிசிக்கல் குவான்டிட்டியை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணுறது. FPS, CGS and MKS. MKS means meter, kilogram and second. Meter, kilogram and second. Third one, meter, kilogram, second and ampere. And standard international units, otherwise international system of units. International system of units. International system of units. Okay. So SI is equal to international system of units. International. What's the meaning that international? That this system of units it will be used in the all over the world. So that the system of units will be called as metric system of units. That the system of units will be used in the all over the world. So because all are learn the basic quantities and their units, but all the over country over mari inda confuse agunadanaala all the throughout the world we should follow one system of units, that is called SI system of units. So SI system of units it will be very much useful to learn the physics. Okay, so first is FPS, CGS, MKS, MKSA, SI. That all are the units to explain the physical quantities. Okay, FPS means foot pound second, CGS means centimeter gram second, MKS is meter kilogram second, MKS SA meter kilogram second and ampere, and SI international system of units. So international system of units are also called as a metric system of units. What's the use of SI system? SI system it should be followed in the all over the world, the international system of units. That why will be easily find out the SI unit. You easily find out the units of some physical quantities. Okay. In the today's session we have discussed about the what is science, what is physics, what are the scientific methods, what are the branches of physics, what is scope and excitement of physics, what are the relation between physics and other fields, what is measurement, what are the two types of quantities, what is a unit, what are the two types of units, what are the system of units should be followed in physics. That all are discussed in the lesson. Okay. Today home assignment. Home assignment. Learn and write the relation between physics and other technology, other fields of technology. Okay, note down our homework, learn and write the relation between physics and other fields. Other fields is nothing but is various technologies. Thank you.